Alright, so today I'm going to show you how to service your air conditioning systems at your house. I actually have two different types of units here. One's a gas pack style unit, which has gas for the heat in the wintertime and regular air conditioning in the summer. And that one is a standard heat pump style, which you probably used to seeing, which does my air conditioning and my heat for my upstairs. That's the downstairs, it's the upstairs. But for the downstairs, the main unit has gas controlled as well. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go inside the house. You want to turn both units off with their thermostats respectively, just turn it to off. From there, you come outside and you should have a breaker box like I have here, or you have like a pull switch. Either way, you want to make sure it's off inside first, which mine clearly is not, and then you want to turn it off out here. So I'm gonna do that first. I'm gonna come back. Part of the tool accessory you're gonna need something. I've got my socket set here and some tools, but we're going to take the fans off of each one, take the cover and pull the fan off. So we're going to need tools for that. We're also going to need like a shop vac, because we're going to vacuum some stuff out, and we're going to need some coil cleaner. And I got this at the Home Depot, and we're going to spray that into the coils. Then we're going to need a water hose to rinse it all out, and I'll show you how to do all that. So shop vac, water hose, coil cleaner, some tools to take it apart, and most importantly, make sure you got some eye protection, some gloves, and turn the power on. All right, I've turned off the units inside the house. Now I'm coming out my breaker. Now power is off to both units. Got my shop vac, my water hose, and in this spray bottle, I have a solution of Dawn dishwashing soap and water, so I can spray this down. So for now, let's start taking this apart. Somebody had a piece of conduit, so it wasn't easy to flip the wires over, but you can see inside here how it looks. It's not too bad, but there's some dirt and debris down in here, so I'm going to try to clean that out really good, vacuum it out. Then we'll start blowing some cleaner all inside the coils here. Be very careful, these can bend really easy, so you don't want to hit those and bend them like somebody clearly has done down there on a previous repair. I don't know if I can get in here, if it's easier to get in here somehow to clean that debris out. I don't think so. So, I have to reach down in here by hand then. Time to put some gloves on. All right, so first thing you need to do is get you a supervisor, because any good job has a supervisor that watches. Don't do nothing but supervise, you know. So then once you spray all your foam in there, you basically make sure you go top down so it actually has a chance to get the dirt down, but it's kind of hard to get that perfectly, so I just go up and down multiple times till your can's empty, all the way around as much as you can. I also come out here on the outside when I get near the end of the can, and I spray the coils on the outside too. If your unit's really nasty, you can take these side panels off, but mine's really not that bad. I just cleaned it 4 years ago when I moved into the house, so it's actually in pretty good shape. But you want to let this soak for about 8 to 10 minutes. It's been about 8 minutes so far. So what you can do now is start running water through to flush it. But before I do that, and the trick here is you want to run water from the inside out, because you want to push the dirt back out, because it's used to sucking dirt and stuff in like this. I've actually got a spray bottle with Dawn dishwashing detergent and water. And what I do is I like to spray it just to try to make sure I go ahead and I get more of the stuff kind of, you know, broken up here. And I've got it real light fan spray so I don't damage any of the fins. And basically I'm just going from the top down. So I'm just spraying in here like this, little soapy mixture, and working from the top down like that. And what this is going to do, this is going to help go ahead and flush some of that dirt back out the way it came in. And then for final, I'll go ahead and get the water hose and I'll rinse this out as well. So let me go ahead and finish this, and then I'll show you what it looks like as it starts to come out there. All right, once you get through spraying all your soapy solution all the way through, you'll see it like that. You want to turn your hose on pretty much low with some fan action here. We're gonna go from top to bottom, just like this. Then once everything is rinsed out, you can go back through and just vacuum out any residual stuff that you see. But you can see it's all nice and clean now. It's actually drained out a bunch of dirt. You can see that was built up in here at the bottom. And now we just have to put the fan back on. And before I do that, I'll go ahead and capture all the information here on this thing. It's a General Motors P870S. Looks like a 5KC P39BG, in case I ever need to find that in the future. All right, because this is something that'll go out later. It's pretty easy to change. Loosen this, take the actual blade off, and then 3 bolts there, and pull the motor off. Okay, all back together, ready to go. It's all cleaned up. Everything else looks pretty good. Now before I turn it back on, I'm gonna do the same thing on this one. And this one's a little different. You see these on top, just configured a little different, but the exact same setup. Pop this off, clean out the debris, spray it, and wash it. All right, wiped out and got the majority of dirt out. Got our cleaner. Again, Spray it near the top, work our way down. And I'll keep going around the whole thing until I get it all sprayed. Do the outside a little bit, let it soak for like 8 to 10 minutes, then do my soap and then rinse it. Then make sure you clean all in the bottom so you get all your drains. Then on the outside, you want to work from the top down, and you'll see all the residual come out. And you want to clean out under the bottom where your drains go. And I'll go around and finish cleaning this up, show you what it looks like to put it back together. All right, now it's all clean on the inside, clean on the outside. Now I just got to throw the fan back in it. You have to feed your conduit back in the hole, and it drops right into place. Take your screws, put your screws back in, like so. Alright, I actually cheated a little bit. I took this loose down here so I could actually get in here and clean some of the extra dirt off. So now I will put that back in while I'm down here. Oh, tool's getting dirty. That's gonna be extra. Alright, let me put my clutch, engage my clutch. Alright. Okay, we're all done here. I'll get all my stuff out of the way. I'll make sure I take all my wet stuff off before I turn the breakers back on. Just a good rule of thumb. And then I'll turn the breakers back on, go in the house, turn it back on, and make sure everything's good to go. But as you can see, both units are clean now, look a lot better than they did. All the dirt and debris is gone. This is actually a lot dirtier than it looked. The drains, where the water drains, had a lot of dirt in them. This just comes from cutting grass and throwing dirt up that you don't really think you're doing. You get dirt up in here and it gets in your drains, gets real dirty. So make sure you spray some Roundup around here, then it doesn't get as close. I've not been diligent about doing that. You can see where my grass is starting to grow real close. So I'll spray some Roundup out here away from these so the grass don't grow up real close to it. But make sure your drains are clean, and then go in here and do this. If you do this every year or two, you'll never have issues. Your air conditioner is going to run a really long time and be very efficient. So hope this helps. Really easy peasy, and maybe to save you a few dollars in your electric bill. And just to finish the video, here's both of them up and running. The camera makes it look like the fan's moving really slow, but it's not. And that should be very efficient. I did notice my conduit here for my wiring has got some cracks in it. So when you see stuff like that, you need to get some tape and go in here and take that up. You don't want water getting in your conduit. So I need to fix that. But other than that, it's cleaned up and good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this how to work on your home HVAC and give it a tune-up. Since I'm always tuning up cars, if you'd like to see how to tune up your home air conditioning. Till next time.